Hello everybody and welcome to today's Sunday Q&A. What we do this week's videos? We did the one, I've got two at the moment. We did the one on Inverness and I think we did a follow-up on airports. Yeah, I'm going to try and do this a little bit more because the secret project may be not such a secret very soon. In the meantime, yeah, they're going to be. I'm doing a few more Life on the Road videos. It's something I wanted to get back into. Something that people seem to enjoy. Is just basically it's like a video diary of the life. You know, this is me going to Inverness. This is me going to a distribution centre. This is me going blah 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 blah, which I tend to do an awful lot. But you know, it shows you what the life is like as a truck driver and all that kind of stuff. And I think people find it mildly entertaining, and for which I'm grateful. And I say thank you very much for watching. So, right. So today, with an introduction, Vince Gardner says, enjoy the reliable van chat. Can we have more Pete story time, like the Fisherman story and Tales of the Market Days? They tend to appear within the Life on the Road videos. So hopefully there should be more of them coming, like, you know, my friend. We've also got a couple of questions of the week this week. I notice I keep forgetting to do questions of the week. So because I keep meaning to write them down and I don't. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go back and watch my own Sunday Q&As and get to the beginning and write these down. I can actually start addressing them because these need to be the separate videos we do on a weekly basis. Andy D. says, so if you're doing a 14-hour day, does that mean you've got to have 3 times 45 minutes worth of breaks? And Jake Daniels said, if you went over 13 hours, do you have to have a 15-minute break? Now, both of these, this is to do with work time directive, not driver's hours. But I'll do you a video on it because they're kind of the work time directive and driving hours are two different things. I have done driver's hours before. I'll do you a quick link if you want to look at that one there, which is how I simplified my driver's hours the way I do it. But I'll try and work that one in with the work time directive as well. And again, how I do it. So this week's big video was Inverness, which I did before Christmas. Again, I had it all on a computer, but things have been crazy lately. So I'm finally getting around to catching up on myself and getting things sorted. And you know, so you're a bit behind on that one, but the new Life on the Road videos, I did one out to Dundee and I recorded it, and I had loads of good footage as well of Dundee, and it was pretty, and Christmas time and all the statues. Lost it, don't know why, just went, but never mind, you can't keep them all, can you? So Inverness. Nick the Urban Trucker says, Pete, the M6 becomes the A47 at Gretna, junction 45, and the A74M, and the A74M becomes the A74 at Abington Junction 13. To be honest, you wouldn't notice it's the same bit of road, mate. He says, you didn't point out the famous cock-shaped trees on your way up. I didn't see them, but I should be looking for them now, Nick, absolutely. Or Bobby-shaped, what's a Bobby? Bobby-shaped forest, as it's called on Google Maps. You can see them on the A74M near Crawford. They were planted in 1874 as a phallic symbol to the English invaders. You've got to love the Scottish. I do love the Scottish, absolutely. They're bright, intelligent people. When you get them on the telephone of a call centre, you know, if you get someone northern, you think, oh, that's nice, that's safe, they're northern. Get someone Scottish, I think, job's going to get done here. That's just what I always think. I don't know why. The thing is, because it always does. Capable people, very capable people, and also very hard people. A lot of the SAS, all Scottish. It's complete nonsense. Well, it's not complete nonsense, but it may be the stuff. It's just complete conjecture that I say. But no, lovely. And also our cousins, Barnes and Kenny, who are probably not watching because I don't think they watch videos. They're Scottish. They come down at New Year's Eve. Fabulous people. Right. W12 Super says, why are you shaving? Because I need to shave. Otherwise I'm going to look like Santa, and it's not Christmas anymore. And I tend to shave outside the truck because, well, it always seems to get, rather than do it in the bathroom, because I do that thing where you shave in the bathroom and then you wash the sink around absolutely thoroughly 3 times, and then you go like that, and there's like a million hairs. You go, what did they crawl back out of the sink? But if I shave outside, don't make a mess in the bathroom. And do it when I'm, on my break as well, thus saving me time at weekends. Going to be shaving in a minute. It's the weekend. And David Winter, my mate Dave the guitarist, says he enjoyed the breaks very much. 2 questions. Jeremy Vine and Craig Charles. It's the best of what's on there. I do like radio. I do like the chat in between. I find music all the time gets a bit dull. Jeremy Vine, okay, it's BBC News, but you know, it's news. It gives me a rough idea of what's going on in the world at the time. And as for Craig Charles, I I preferred Radcliffe. I preferred it when it was Radcliffe and Maconie, but it's not Radcliffe and Maconie anymore. And Sides of Music's good, so there you go. And finally, Commuter Branch Line says, Pete, I'm watching this on Friday, the 2nd of February. I totally agree with what you said about Christmas songs, driving home on the last day before Christmas. I do the same thing, which is why I play Christmas songs when I finish my first job all the way home, because get ready for Christmas. He said. This was the first Christmas I can remember in 30 years. I didn't hear Chris Rea's Driving Home for Christmas on the radio at any time over the festive period. Okay, I did. I thought this was odd, but I suppose we love strange times. We live in strange times. Anyway, hope you're keeping well. Plan forward, take care, take money. Incidentally, if you missed it, and it's probably not the time of year, there is the for Chris Rea Driving Home for Christmas. That would be a Category 3 Christmas song, as would my favourite, Greg Lake, which is, the argument can be made Category 3 stroke Category 1. I'm Greg Lake, I Believe in Father Christmas is Category 3. If you need another categories, they're there. It's important. You need to learn them. You don't need to learn them. It's not important at all. Right, the Wise Guys. Right, this week's Wise Guys, got a few of them. The nefarious Steve Campbell, because we said about one guy turned around and I did the little dance last week, because he said, you can't do a speed awareness course every 3.5. You can only do one every 3.5 years, and it's not. It's every 3 years. It's like the points stay active for 3 years. So Steve said, I did my third speed awareness course yesterday. When you're driving a lorry all the time, all that the thing is, you've got a much more chance, even as a professional driver, of getting a ticket or getting a speed camera if you're driving 9 hours a day than if you're driving 2 hours a day, particularly when you're driving in areas you don't know, which may not be the best signposted, or or the sat nav might suddenly go blip and you look at the sat nav and you look up and it's changed from 40 or from 60 down to 40 and you've gone under a camera a sort of a gantry and you've gone click. It's more chance of happening. I mean, I was professional drivers, we have to sort of look after this. This is our livelihood. At the moment, I think I'm actually clear of points. I've got a clean licence at the moment, which is good. But as he says, Steve says, the police keep your details for 3.5 years, but you can do one every 3 years. Right. Godzilla's, because one of the guys last week asked how much goods in transit is. He said goods in transit and personal liability comes in at around 300 quid, but you can get it cheaper if you look around. But you can also come across more expenses if you don't. That's basic cover, by the way. I think all you really need is basic cover, to be honest with you. Also, he did give us an update on the aeroplane thing. It was quite a long one, but I kind of done the aeroplane thing. Sort of, we've done 2 videos, ongoing airside. I'm conscious of trying not to sort of drive people mad with the airside thing. He did one, so if you need to, he missed out one on bonding last week. If you want to get into it, it's on the comments. Godzilla said, it's a pleasure, young fella. He said, the skips are enclosed skips. So they are skips, rubbish skips. He said, which you don't want to get stuck behind when coming in as a security. The security has to check them out. Watching a 5-foot lady of a certain age climbing over the back of a skip lorry is good entertainment, even more so when it's icy. Bless her. Hope she's got toe detectors on and rubber-soled shoes with good grip. BJ Dooney says, Pete, what are the rough costs of running Class 2 HGV insurance, etc.? Mate, I'm probably not the person to talk to about this because I was running Class 2s and now I'm working for somebody else. So if anybody else, I think it's more than I thought it was. Hence the reason, you've got to really drill into it. And the truth of the matter is, all you do is you work out your average fuel on it's against how long's a piece of string, isn't it, really? Certain things, you've got your fixed costs, you've got your variable costs. Your fixed costs are things like your insurance, your tax, your MOT and stuff. They're going to be the same regardless. You've got variable costs, which are things like your fuel bill and your service maintenance bills, which the more you use them, the higher they're going to get. Obviously, the more fuel you burn, the more AdBlue you burn. But I think you can probably put it down. I mean, Dan, the boss at Transport IT, he says just to put a lorry standing still is like 70 quid a day. When you work out the tax, the insurance, the sort of, the 8-week service inspections, I'd say to you, running trucks is the way forward. I still think it is the way forward, even though it didn't work for me, but it is involved. If you want to run a van, much easier. And Paul Glibley says, enjoyed that. It's a question for the Q&A. How long do you give customers to pay outstanding invoices. Got 2 from November due at the end of December, still not paid, been chasing. Write-off or small claims court. Once again, Paul, not the person to speak to on this. Another reason why I think I came unstuck was a lot of people didn't pay me near the end, which again, we'll get into it one day. When I finally finish that book, the whole story will come out, like, you know. But I didn't manage to pay a load of people because I also had a load of people, because I ended up getting a load of people to do work for a person who didn't pay us, which is horrible. But what you're going to do, you wipe your mouth, you walk away and you move forward, which is I'm in the process of doing right now. So once again, Paul, I'm not really the person to ask on this. I know from a personal experience, when it was happening, if you go to CCJ, you can raise a CCJ. I don't think it's expensive to do it. I think it's about 30 odd quid. And if you get one of those land on you, then you kind of go, Christ, I better pay this. That's if you're in a position to pay it. If they're not in a position to pay it, if they've gone bust, then it's kind of good night Vienna. You know, as a person at the Citizens Advice Bureau turned around and said, you can take them to court and you can win. But if there's no money, there's no money. So let's hope in your case there's money, and let's hope you get paid. And finally, a miscellaneous. I've only got one this week. Sorry, it still doesn't sit well with me. Like I say, the full story will come out when I write it. I was writing again last week. KC Courier says, "Hi Pete, you're spot on with the CX being a backload site. You're looking less stressed now." How about less stressful? It's still hanging over me. But I've got a new system. Dan, the boss at Transport IT, says you're doing it wrong. And so I've got a new system now, whereas, and actually it's been a bit of an eye-opener, I've got to say. Working for a new firm, it's been a bit of an eye-opener. And so now I've got like a page diary. And what I do is I book the jobs in for the lorries. And I'm booking them in for Monday, booking them for Tuesday, booking them for Wednesday. Admittedly, they don't always go according to plan. But if you're clever enough and you can ring the job, you know, if something looks like it's going wrong with a job before, you ring the job that they're about to do and go, this is what's happened. And that's making life a lot easier, because I was struggling. I was trying to do it on the bounce. You just finished finding another job. No, it wasn't working. So that's it. A little short Q&A this week. Like I say, next week we've got one going out. Part 2 of Inverness is going out. And I'll try and do a question of the week if I remember to actually work out what they are. And then give it another couple of weeks. I think it's the week beginning the 17th. The Secret Project. Watch this space. And in the meantime, while you're waiting, take care and take money.